Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebar2go.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we discuss what bourbon industry job we would try to get if we were just starting our careers. My name is Miss Beka Sue. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Evan Nieters and Ryan Thompson.
Hey, gang, what's up?
What's going on, guys?
Hello.
Hey, Phil Collin was supposed to be on, but he had a list of at least 30 excuses as to why he had to beg off tonight. So, yeah, it was great. Great stuff. So, yeah. It happens, though. So, what are you going to do? He's like, what do you want me to do?
We'll miss him.
We'll miss him. Not a
You
whole
can't
lot
make
I can
it on.
do.
You can't make it on. That's just how it goes.
Yeah, that's just how we just have to deal with it. We'll deal with it. We've done
suffer through.
I mean, I don't know what Phil's all about, but I am the one that interrupted to cut my holiday in Aspen short to be on the show. So, Akeley, I just want you to know how important you are to me.
Oh,
that
yeah.
I would do such a thing.
Wow. Yeah.
Hey,
if you don't mind, give the camera a little tour of the backyard. Just pan down like you were doing before, so they can see the estate. God. Look at that.
There's a knight.
Why is there a knight there?
There's a fucking knight.
I see a hot tub. There was a hot tub and a knight. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Oh, it's themed for his whiskey there.
Here in a second.
Yeah, it sounds very cool. So I appreciate the tour there. We'll put that out on YouTube for people to see the estate
I'm
of.
Sure it's going to get a lot of views by
the billionaire estate
sister
of Ryan Thompson.
Yeah, had to leave Aspen early to be part of this. So
just want you to know that you're important. Yeah.
Beka, you have small talk, but before we get to the small talk, two people were upset. At our bowling show, which, by the way, I listened to the bowling show. That was a fantastic one where we had to pick the teams because I think we did a great job.
What were they mad about?
Two people were very upset about that they weren't selected to be on one of the bowling teams. And those people, I want you to weigh in on these two people to let them know exactly why they shouldn't even be considered. First one was Kyle Neely.
Why the fuck would Kyle Neely be included in it at all?
He's not in the bourbon industry.
Because he went on a barrel pick once?
Yeah, because he went on a barrel pick once. Yeah, he has the name of someone who's famous in the bourbon industry, the last name. He has the most punchable face in the bourbon industry.
Why? No. You can't say in the bourbon industry because he's not in the bourbon industry. There is no in the bourbon industry because he's not in it. And that's okay.
He seems like a perfect guy for a bowling team.
Absolutely. If you're just talking about our fucking buddies.
Right.
If I'm talking about my BFFs that I'm going to have on my bowling team, I'm still not picking Kyle, but someone else can.
The show was in the bourbon industry. He's not in the bourbon industry. Why? Remember when Ashley and your brother were trying to debate who was more important in the bourbon industry?
But Eddie sort of, because he at least knows people.
He's at least been on the podcast too.
Eddie's gone to like the bourbon festival. He goes to Key West, but still, he is not.
He's not in the bourbon industry. Right? Yeah. Yeah. Well,
He
Kyle
will
was
be
upset.
working at the Kentucky Bourbon Festival though this year, so
That kind of counts.
that counts.
Yeah, he's in now.
He's gonna have a
entering
lanyard.
the bourbon industry.
Yeah.
He's gonna have a
He's
lanyard.
entering. He's on
He's
his
not
way.
getting paid, but yeah.
Now, who else was upset that they didn't get picked?
So the other one made the point that they are in the bourbon industry now. They've started a brand, Steinkamp. He felt like he should have been on someone's team. No.
And okay, here's my question: who do they think shouldn't have been selected?
Right. Well, we cut out Bernie Lubbers or maybe
Who
Freddie
should we have
Johnson
cut
doesn't
out?
look it. Yeah.
Every
Exactly.
single person was actually big names in the bourbon industry. It's like themselves. I do not doubt that Michael Steinkamp is a fantastic bowler. He looks like he's a good bowler.
So what
But-
team did I fall on under those circumstances?
You didn't
wasn't-
make the cut.
Oh yeah, we said your name directly after. Everyone's like, "Oh, Ryan, yeah, he probably
Yeah,
would have
right,
been
That
fun."
was the afterthought, huh?
Yeah, you were
Yeah.
the afterthought. Yeah.
Yeah.
At least I'm a thought. I'll take it.
Well,
I mean, the other teams were, let's see here. Who was it? It was Lou Cotero had Bernie Lubbers,
Freddie Johnson.
Freddie
Yeah,
Johnson, and Fonte.
yeah, that's
That's
a
a
good team.
fantastic
Heard of him? Yeah.
team. Steve had Royce Neely,
Yes.
Jackie Zykand, and who's last
Jason
name?
Fruits.
And
Jason
Jason
Fruits of
Fruits.
Old 55.
All
yeah.
right.
I had Freddie John Waddell, and Jason Bronner.
Yeah.
And then Darren had Lisa Wicker. Who else did he have?
Adam Stumpf.
Adam Stump.
And
And then
Demetrius.
and
Demetrius
Demetrius
Kane. Yeah.
I mean, they're all good. They're all good teams.
Right.
Like
I know where I lie.
Yeah,
Next time
well-
I'll just stay in Aspen.
Hey, Steve, I told Royce about our picks
Uh huh.
for the teams. He goes, "Was I on any teams?" I said, "Oh yeah." And he goes, "Whose team was I on?" I said, "You're on Steve's." And he goes, "Who got to pick first?" I said, "Well, I did." And he goes, "Who did you pick?" I said, "Jason Bronner." He goes, "You picked Jason Bronner over me?" And I was like, "Yeah."
I sure did.
He seems like he'd be a blast to bowl.
Yeah. He's funny. He'd be a good bowler too. I just think that little fucker would be a good bowler for some reason. He's kind of good at everything. I don't think he would have like good form or traditional style, but he'd be good at it.
Pins would go down.
Yeah, my
Pins
husband
would
was
go down.
not impressed.
I'm not impressed. Hey, I picked
No.
him. He was second picked. I picked him.
Yeah, he was number 2 pick. He's like,
That's not bad.
Jason Bronner was the number 1 seed. I was like,
Yeah. He got picked first.
Strong showing. Sorry, Royce. Well, tell Royce I'll bowl with him any day. How about that?
Oh yeah, you and Lenny can join your team too, and
There you go.
and Steinkamp, I guess, and Steinkamp will round it out.
Perfect.
And Kyle Neal will be the sub, just in case.
Yeah, just in case you got Kyle.
Mineral option.
Mineral, he'll get mineral unction.
Minerable.
Mineral
mineral.
unction.
I thought it was
Wow.
mineral option. That is the
so-
problem with those shows when you're
Oh,
picking
geez.
people for teams. Always going to be
Oh, yeah, you
someone
leave people
hurt.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Usually
Always.
it's legitimate though. Those weren't even legitimate.
Those weren't even legit. No,
Not even in the running.
it's okay. I'm actually happy people's feelings were hurt.
Yeah.
My
Well, so
feelings are
Becca,
hurt.
you said you had a question for.
Yes.
for us.
I wanted to know. I was kind of hoping Phil would be here because I wanted to hear his opinion on this,
Sure.
which I'm pretty sure I knew about it. I wanted to know what, if or when, if ever, is it appropriate or is it ever okay to fucking blow snot rockets onto the ground?
Okay.
Yes, there's an absolutely appropriate time to do so, and there's an absolutely inappropriate time to do so.
Okay. That's
Absolutely
very
appropriate
opinion.
time when you're going for a hike. You're out there hiking. You're doing something in the woods. You're hunting. You're hiking. You're fishing. Whatever. You got to blow your nose. Blow your nose. Blow a snot rocket.
Okay. Okay.
When's inappropriate?
When you're walking into a restaurant for dinner. Right?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay, I would say appropriate is anywhere outside when you're by yourself. I mean, I don't want to do this in front of people or anything like that.
Yeah.
If
Thank you.
you're by yourself, it's fine. I'll tell you, inappropriate. I heard I had a corporate job, and sometimes you get stuck with a roommate. I had my roommate. It was Tim Grimes. Hey Tim, how you doing, man? And I heard Grimes in the shower. Snot rocketing, and I'm like, I'm scheduled to shower after him. And I'm banging on the door. I'm like, you can't do that. You can't.
Banging on the door when he's showering?
Yeah, because I can hear him.
No more snot rockets.
The shower's going, and I hear him because the steam is loosening things up. He's, and I don't know. Am I going to be walking through this? It seems like it'd be very viscous, and it's going to stick to the floor of the shower. I don't want to walk through that. Yeah.
What about at home in your personal shower?
Again, you're by yourself. Do what you want. Yeah,
Shared shower, no.
Right. I'm with you on that.
Company shower.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there you go. Well, okay.
Evan?
I come kind of same way. I mean, as long as you're by yourself and like outside or in the shower, yeah.
Okay.
I work in a auto body shop and it's really dusty and stuff, so sometimes I'll do it at work too in the shop.
Right on the floor?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Shop.
Steve, speaking of viscous, right? Sometimes you need a little extra.
I guess.
Sometimes you gotta breathe.
I mean, are there? So you're telling me there's no tissues, there's no rags, there's nothing around that you could maybe use
Not a
to
trash can near you?
dispose the fucking snot into?
I do have rags on my toolbox, so yeah, most of the time I'll grab that unless I'm like covered in dust and I don't want to get, body dust all over my face or something.
I mean, you're probably already
makes
covered in
sense.
dust.
It's an auto body shop.
It's
Auto body
it's all
shop.
over.
Yeah.
It's not a floral shop.
Right.
Not flowers.
Little snot on the ground doesn't hurt.
Okay.
I just fucking hate snot rockets, and they piss me off when I just see people or hear people just doing them in public places, and it makes me
Yeah,
very.
I think
Was
most
it an
places are
incident?
probably out.
Yeah.
Was there
Just
a
in
recent
general.
incident?
I
Okay.
see people do it all the fucking time, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
why are you just doing that? I mean, blowing your nose. Yeah, you need to blow your nose, but like just right on the ground. I'm like,
Well, I think we can all agree there's a time and a place, right?
yeah, I guess. I think personal shower is the only place, and fucking wash it off the walls.
Well, of course.
Yeah. You don't just leave it there. Yeah.
This goes for any
Says the
bodily
guy who
fluids in
just
the shower.
admitted he
just
left
saying.
it on the shop floor. Yes.
In my area.
Could you imagine? So say Neaters is like hits us up for a part-time gig, and I'm like, I like that guy. He knows bourbon. I'd hire him. I go in there, and he's like, oh, that was my workstation. I was working behind the counter that day. It's just loaded with snot rockets on the floor. I'm like, oh, interesting. Yeah.
Neaters
It's not
isn't
like
so
that.
neat all of a sudden, is he?
No.
It's not like that. I'm in a dirty body shop. There's nobody going to be looking at the ground saying, what's that?
Fair. We'll allow it.
That's okay. All right.
Also,
Interesting question, Becca.
I have a side question.
Sure.
So, Becca, have you ever seen somebody do that on a tour or anything around the distillery?
Not in the distillery that I remember. Maybe some of our guys doing it, probably, but I don't really remember it in the distillery so much. But I do have one specific incident in my own house of one of Royce's friends sitting in our hot tub and did it.
In the hot tub? Like into the hot tub?
Kind of like turned his head like this, and I was fucking pissed
Oh,
because
God.
that's disgusting.
No snot rockets in the hot tub.
No.
No.
Because, I mean, for one, I clean the hot tub. For two, I'm sitting in the hot tub.
I'm with you
Right.
on that.
Right.
So
Yeah.
please.
Or pools. I see people do it in pools all the time. It's
Jesus
like, don't do
Christ.
that. Don't do that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
also,
didn't even think about it.
what about people just piss? Do you guys pee in pools?
People do. I know they
I'm
do.
asking if
Pool.
you guys pee in pools.
I don't pee in pools.
Not
Fuck
since
no.
I was 4
Yeah.
or 5.
It's
Like,
disgusting.
Ocean. Yeah.
It's a
Anywhere it's not.
lake. It's a
yeah.
lake is different when you're on a boat, and that's literally your only option.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's a lake
Yeah,
It's
not
a
in the
lake.
pool.
or river, but
Right.
a pool. Like,
Right.
just get out.
Get out. There's usually a bathroom right there.
Someone
Right.
said, "Well, that's you just go," and I'm like, "What?
No, you
don't
don't.
just go. What are
No.
you talking about?
Adults don't.
There is not enough fucking chlorine in there. Just
God
just
damn.
don't. I mean, I see sometimes they say they have some sort of a dye they put in pools that like reacts with that. Is that true?
No.
That's not true. That's
Right?
not true.
Turns the water blue or purple.
If it'll
or
get people to stop doing it, then yes.
They
it's
should.
true.
That is
Yes, it's
a.
true.
That's
They could
some,
do that, yeah.
Some lore they should
Placebo
always say
effect.
then.
the
Yeah.
placebo effect.
Yeah, exactly. We'll scare them. On that note, it is time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Neaters and this new loud microphone he's got. Let's.
Very loud still. Not as loud, but still pretty loud.
Okay.
He'll have to podcast from like a different room. He'll be.
I'll go put the mic over there.
Yeah.
I have a Starlight Single Barrel from a liquor store in Florida. It's a rye whiskey finished in honey barrels.
Okay. It's paying off the mic, yes.
Why even compete? Why even compete now?
Ryan, did that blow you off the deck?
I almost did.
I've got the Senator here. I don't even know what's going on with this one. The Senator. Hardly any noise at all. Embarrassing. Just
Cute.
embarrassing.
You sound like me, Abe.
Dude.
Yeah, horrible. All right, Beka, you're next.
I'm just gonna do this Peerless, just rye whiskey, small batch.
Okay, very good. Not as good as Evans, though.
Usually would have won.
That's normally good enough. Ryan, what do you got here? You got something crazy going on. What is this here?
My knight in shining armor. Have you guys seen this thing?
No.
Okay,
What
it
is
gets better.
this?
No.
It gets better. Okay.
Can you turn it down a little?
Oh.
Can you turn your camera down a little bit so we can see the full body?
It's not a full body, though. That's it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Of him or the
Like
knight?
all of it, yeah.
Ends at the
Ready
waist.
for it?
Okay. Oh.
Wow. What's a
How about that?
Immortal Clan Scotch whiskey?
Okay.
That's what I'm going for.
Imagine
Okay.
trying to get the shelf space for that.
Exactly.
There you have it.
You get 6 of them in your whole liquor aisle.
Here you go.
Well, we got our full. Oh my God!
He's got a face
in there.
too. He's got a face.
Imagine you're like, let's send them a pallet. Yeah, how many? Oh, so 12 bottles.
Yeah,
12 bottles of palate.
Total.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's figured I'd have some fun with that.
Even the billionaires can't win.
That was not bad for me.
That was. I agree.
I bet.
Whatever.
We heard
It was still classified as terrible, but it was your best.
Ryan Thompson's billionaire pour today. An entire night.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Look at that. Oh.
Doesn't even use Glencairns anymore. Only uses just just crystal glasses.
Yeah.
It's actually crystal.
And they are crystal.
Of course,
but,
of
that
course.
looks like a nice thin
Yeah.
fancy one.
It was a gift from a girlfriend of mine. Okay.
Oh.
One of many.
Yeah. Of course.
One
One at a time. We'll put it that way.
Oh. Okay. Cheers, gang.
Cheers.
All right. Good stuff. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Looks like the theme's going to continue with the next one too. I saw another bottle over there, so yeah.
Yeah.
Ryan's got stuff going on here.
I went shopping.
Yeah, he went shopping.
Oh.
Okay.
Not for Kathy Cool. We know that much.
Yeah, exactly.
Judging by the bottles.
Yeah, that bottle had to be more than $100. He's spending more than $100 on himself for sure.
How much was that bottle, Ryan?
Yeah, how much was it with the whole get up there, glasses? Yeah.
You're so anxiously awaiting Beka Sue. 350.
He got third place in the cork pop with it. He beat me. He didn't beat me. So.
Pocket change for the billionaire.
I ordered it for a test run.
Oh.
Because
He didn't even order it because he wanted it. It's just like,
No.
I guess I could just get
He's just going to
this.
throw it over the ledge into the abyss when he gets done here.
well, everyone knows it's going to be drank. That's not an issue here. But I did it to see how quickly I could get it because I wanted to see what this other third-party fulfillment company was doing and how they were shipping. And so
No.
Research
like
and
that.
development.
Yeah.
that's
Quite
exactly.
quite the billionaire businessman model there. Yeah.
Just like the trip to Aspen. It was all work.
Yeah,
That
all
was
work.
work too.
You need to talk to Lenny and get you some of that Sealbach money. So Lenny is just, he hardly comes on the show anymore because he's too busy spending his Sealbach money.
He doesn't need to.
All right.
Yeah,
Maybe I do. Fair enough.
there you go. All right, we'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to talk about what job we'd like to get if we were just starting out in the bourbon industry. I mean, I know I'm going to go personal assistant to Ryan Thompson, but we'll talk about everybody else's desires after the break. We'll do that in just a few.
Unfortunately, I'm not hiring Akeley. Sorry. I don't think I could afford you anyway, so.
Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. We're also sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop focuses exclusively on barrel picks. It's the job of owners Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot to seek out distilleries that are making the best whiskey in the world, taste through their barrels, and select the ones that are off-profile in the best way possible. They have high standards and refuse to allow anything into their store other than something they would be proud to have their name on. This leads to some really awkward conversations with distilleries that can't make it, but they do it for you, their customers. Learn more about what is going on at their St. Louis-based store by heading over to abvbarrelshop.com. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at neelyfamilydistillery.com.
This is Jim Fosnot. I'm your bourbon buddy, and you're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking about what job you'd get in the bourbon industry if you were just starting out.
Yes, we are. So this can be something you don't necessarily have to be able to get it when you're starting out. It's something that you're working towards. Papa always said, Royce's grandfather, when he started a job, he would look around, scope the situation out, and then decide what job that he would want to get, and he would always get that job. So you're allowed to do that. It's if someone says, "Well, that's not much of a starter job. That's a pretty good job." Yes, but it also has to be grounded in somewhat realism. You can't be like, "Well, I want to be the 9th distiller for Jim Beam." No, you can't. That's going to be a family member. You can't. You could be a distiller for Jim Beam. That'd be okay, but that's realism, because there's certainly plenty of distillers that work there. But you can't have a job that is unattainable. So that's the only parameters. Other than that, anything is fair game. So what would be a job that you would love to get in the bourbon industry if you're just starting out?
Well, I think a great introductory job is a tour guide.
Just a tour guide. Okay.
Right?
Where at though? So let's go to the next level. Where at? What would be the place that you'd be proud to be at? You'd be enthused because you like the place.
I would say a mid-tier craft distillery somewhere. Maybe I'm a bit partial to it, maybe not, but I think it's just a fun way to learn all the business, majority of the business, I guess.
So,
right?
Like Castle and Key with the great
that'd
history.
That'd be great. Yeah, it's a cool place like that with a lot of heritage, right?
A lot of heritage. Yeah, that'd be a good one.
That'd be fun. You get to meet some cool people and learn the business from that side of things before you get. I mean, of course, you want to be a distiller right away, but I don't know if that was I don't know if that was an option, but. Mm-hmm. I'm going tour guide for like 6 months, right?
Tour guide, okay, a tour guide. All right.
Ryan Thompson, tour guide.
Ryan Thompson, tour guide.
Billionaire tour guide.
Billionaire tour. He's doing it just for fun. Yeah.
Just
tax write off. Yeah.
Gives me something to do,
Be amongst the people. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. All right, Evan. If you were just starting out, what would be your gig? What would you do?
So the tour guide thing would be neat, but I think I would go towards like a big heritage brand.
Okay.
Maybe like a Wild Turkey or something, just because that's what I've always enjoyed drinking before I got, super versed in what is the bourbon world. Or like a brand ambassador for a craft distillery. I don't really have one in specific. I just feel like that would be a fun job to tell people what you're excited about and
go do tastings at liquor stores and lead events in different cities.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. If I could have any job, I think that, and I was just starting out, I would lean towards advertising and creativity. And you're talking heritage brands because they're the ones that are going to have, dollar spend to do any sort of large scale advertising. So Jim Beam would be a great one. Go in there, and I'd love to work on ad campaigns and try to do stuff like old timey, like Mad Men era advertising, because I love looking at old ads and stuff like that. And I would try to lead the organization into embracing some of the old stuff and just give a classic look to it. So that's what I would be trying to do, and trying to get creative with those and make them fun.
And Akeley, cool. I think that right in your wheelhouse too. I think you'd be damn good at it.
Yeah.
That aligns with your everything you're doing now. So that'd be cool, man.
That would be fun. Yeah. So that's definitely where I would like to end up if I was just getting my start and trying to break into bourbon. So how about you, Beka? What would you do?
I think that because I really like being a single barrel coordinator, but you don't just fall into that position most generally. Right. So I think I'd want to work like in the gift shop, like leading tastings and stuff like that. Okay. If say to get into a single barrel coordinator kind of job, you need to be versed, obviously, in the product itself and the distillery itself, and I feel like that's a good lead into that type of a job.
What sort of distillery are we talking? Well, we'll rule out Neely because obviously you're with that organization.
I think I'd still want to lean.
So we can't do that. Well,
I'd still want to lean more craft, like a New Riff. I don't know, Peerless, something like that. Just one of the middle range craft distilleries, I guess. Yeah. Where they're well known but not crazy.
Right.
Beka Sue, how much do you guys do? A lot of merch out of your tasting rooms?
A lot of merch, yeah. We sell the shit out of everything.
Yeah, totally, huh?
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, and like we need to do some more stuff too. Like people always want new things, so we need to work on some of that stuff. But yeah, we sell a lot of merch.
Yeah.
Any jobs that you would like to stay away from? For me, it'd be production. Distilling. I don't have any interest in that. Really? I don't have that sort of chemical mind. It's hard work. It's out in the elements. I mean, it's blazing hot when it's in the summertime. It's cold in the wintertime. It's not a fun gig. I don't think. I mean, the end product when you got the whiskeys done and someone's drinking, that's very cool. And someone's like, "This is great whiskey." Yeah, that's very rewarding, very satisfying. But the rest that goes into that, I'm smart enough to know that there's a whole lot of shit that goes into that, and that stuff I don't want to do.
It's fun in the spring and the fall because it's nice weather, at least.
Yeah,
when you're dealing with with all the shenanigans. At least it's nice weather, it's comfortable. But then the other times it's like 150 degrees back in the distillery.
Yeah. I mean, I go to Royce's place. He's wearing goddamn swimsuit because you're fucking nuts sweat. It's so goddamn hot back there. I mean, I don't need that.
I would not like the position of a distributor manager.
Oh yeah, distributors. Other than I'd like to have the distributors' bank accounts because they get paid for doing nothing and they get paid a lot. Yeah.
Why is that, Ryan?
Yeah.
You don't want to deal with distributors?
Yeah.
Don't put words in my mouth. I just would like to focus my time and efforts elsewhere.
Yes. Okay. All right.
Is why.
All right, Beka, if you had something you would avoid, it would be a position you wouldn't want to go into, what would that be?
This is the easiest question ever. The bottling line.
Oh, yeah.
I fucking hate the
Me too.
Mm-hmm. It is like I'm not.
It's monotonous.
It's too, I enjoy staying busy. And when I'm cleaning the house, I'm like, oh, I need to wash that floor. Oh, okay, the laundry's done. I need to run over. I got to go do the laundry part. Now I got to go do this. And my brain works well like that. And I'm like, I get everything done in really just and I'm like, oh, okay, now I got to do this. And I'm good at running around like that. But if it was just okay, put on the label.
Right.
Now
it's assembly line. It's assembly line. Yeah.
I just am not good at, I avoid that at all costs.
Right.
I avoid that at all costs.
People love doing that. And now, again, I'm not saying they would love it as their job.
Which is good. There needs to be people. I get why people like doing it. There's a lot of people that we've had that are like, oh, I love doing the bottling line. And they sit there and listen to their music and just label away. And I understand why it is fun for some people. But when you're just doing that all the time, nope. Not me. Can't do it.
All right. Mr. Neaters, what would be the thing you would avoid?
I'm almost right along line with Beka. I mean, I'd work in like a production line. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do the same thing all the time. I mean,
Yeah.
and even even in my job now, like every job that I do is completely different. So and I like it that way. I don't want to be doing the same thing all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. So
and in the same vein, God bless the attorneys out there, because there's not a chance I want to sit there and look at trademarks and cease and desist letters and contracts and all that shit all day.
Yeah.
That one's out for me as well. But God bless people that like that crap.
Yeah. There you go. They get paid well for that, though. So that's
good point.
That's where they end up, being
right.
okay.
That's why they do it.
Yeah. With the bottom line, folks don't. yeah. Both suck, but there is a difference in the amount they get paid. So there you go. On that note, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Evan, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
Oh, you can find me at Evan Neaters on Facebook.
All right. Ryan.
Find us across all socials at 10th MTN Whiskey, and our website's 10thwhiskey.com. That's 10th whiskey with an E.
All right, Miss Beka Sue.
You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at Miss Beka Sue, 1K, no C's.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got that company website. That thing's abvnetwork.com. Check it out. Everything that we do is out there. We put those previous shows, blogs, so much more. abvnetwork.com. Come by and see us, ABV Barrel Shop, at a minimum. At least sign up for email and text distribution over at abvbarrelshoponline.com. It's not online. I just said, all right, that's a terrible plug. abvbarrelshop.com. We're online there. That's better. I fixed it.
Much better.
I did fix it before we went back. I had to get into post-production and have them fix that. Somebody's confused right now. I'm like, I'm at ABV Barrel Shop online right now. There's that shit here.
It's fake.
Yeah, it's fake. It's
fake news.
Gamer.
All right. Last but not least, Beka, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I'd just like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. If you like what we're doing, we ask you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. Farnance, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
See you guys.
Adios.
Peace. Before we finish the show, let's talk about some of the great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro is owned and operated by Russell Creed, who makes stills for the hobby distiller. He offers a one-stop shop for everything the at-home distiller needs. Whether it's a small, experimental stovetop still or something bigger you run outside, he has the still or parts you would have difficulty fabricating yourself if you were trying to build a DIY still project. Additionally, he has resources to assist in creating unique distilled spirits, including heirloom grains, barrels for aging, and recipes. Check out Russell's company online at moonshinestillpro.com. Finally, I have a question for you. Have you ever boxed a bear? Of course not. That'd be silly. Bears really don't follow the rules, so shots in the back of the head, punches to the nuts, and scrums after the bell would be the norm. A better idea would be to enjoy Boxing Bear Whiskey, a brand crafted by Nobleton's Distilling House in Union, Missouri, and sold exclusively at the ABV Barrel Shop in suburban St. Louis. This is a popular offering that sells out quickly, but when you're in town, stop by the ABV Barrel Shop and see if they have it in stock. Better yet, sign up for their email and text distribution over at abvbarrelshop.com, and you'll know exactly when it is in stock. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.